Fright Night Vault. Audio horror for nighttime listening.
Welcome, Fright Night Vault listeners. Tonight we open the door to a place where beauty masks rot, where family ties strangle tighter than chains. Imagine an isolated valley, walled by forests so thick no road dares cut through. Here lies a village untouched by time, where neighbors smile warmly, where every door is left unlocked, where the seasons seem to pass without cruelty. It is a place you have known since birth, every creak of the chapel bell, every lantern that flickers in the night mist. On your 18th birthday, the air feels heavier. A celebration is promised, whispered about for months. The neighbors prepare candles and garlands. The chapel windows glow with orange light, and your parents insist that tonight will mark a true beginning. But when the guests leave and the cake has crumbled away, your parents sit you down in the dim kitchen. Their smiles are gone. Their eyes no longer glimmer with comfort, but with something ceremonial. They tell you that the kindness of this village is not free, that the warmth you have always known burns only because blood fuels its flame. The valley thrives because of rituals you have never been allowed to see. And now, they tell you the truth. You must take part. If you do not, your body will serve the same purpose. The night has grown cold, and the candles gutter as though they hear your fate whispered aloud. The next night, your parents take you by lantern light through the forest paths you were always told to avoid. Their hands grip your shoulders too tightly, their silence broken only by the crunch of leaves and the faint hum of voices ahead. The path opens into a clearing, and you see them, the villagers you thought you knew, gathered in a circle, cloaked in black cloth smeared with ash and blood. Their smiles are gone, their faces painted with symbols that seem to shift in the shadows. At the center of the circle stands a stone altar, cracked and worn with age, its grooves stained dark from centuries of use. Upon it lies the remnants of something once human, limbs bent wrong, eyes gouged, mouth sewn shut with thick black cord. You cannot tell if it was victim or volunteer. The chanting grows louder as you are led closer, each word vibrating in your chest as though the very syllables are alive. The villagers part, leaving a space for you. All eyes pierce into your skin. Your parents' voices rise above the others, cold and commanding. This is the child's first night of truth. Tonight they choose. You realize the choice is no choice at all. If you refuse to raise the blade they press into your hand, they will turn upon you. The altar waits, hungry and slick, as though it already knows your answer. The air tastes of iron, the chanting claws inside your skull, and beneath the earth, something stirs, something that has fed on this ritual for centuries, and hungers for you most of all. The circle tightens around you. Dozens of hooded faces sway to the chant, the rhythm pounding like a second heartbeat in your chest. The blade trembles in your grip, slick with a ritual oil that smells of rotting flowers and old blood. On the altar, a new offering is dragged forward. Someone you know, a childhood friend. Their eyes wide, gagged, struggling against the ropes that bind them. They thrash, muffled cries swallowed by the chanting. The villagers lean closer, urging, pressing, demanding. The stone beneath your feet hums with something vast, something buried. You feel it breathing, waiting, as if the earth itself opens its jaws beneath the altar. Your parents speak in unison, their voices hollow, possessed by a deeper tongue. Strike the flesh, and you are one of us. Refuse, and you are ours. Your hand shakes, the blade lifts. The crowd erupts in fevered ecstasy, chanting your name, their voices shredding into screams. The night itself seems to split, the moon glowing red, dripping light like blood. You see it then, the shape beneath the earth, pressing against the soil, a colossal form shifting, demanding sacrifice. Its hunger presses into your skull, whispering promises of power, of safety, of eternity. You are no longer a child. You are the offering. Whether you swing the blade into your friend's chest or drop it and let the circle fall upon you, something will be fed tonight. The altar throbs, the shadows lean closer, the first scream has already begun. The chant quakes through the earth until it feels as though the valley itself is alive, pulsing beneath your feet. The villagers stomp in unison, dust rising in clouds that sting your lungs. Torches flare brighter, shadows lengthen, and the night air thickens with the smell of burning fat. Your arm is still raised, blade trembling. Every eye in the circle glares with ravenous hunger, demanding your choice. The figure on the altar writhes against their bonds, their muffled cries like a dirge for the living. For a moment, you see every memory of them, childhood laughter, whispered secrets, the way they once swore you'd both escape this valley someday. But escape was never real. The valley is a cage. And now, the cage demands blood. You lower your gaze to the altar stone. Its grooves are etched not only with age, but with runes that shift like insects crawling. The stains of centuries seem wet, as though the altar itself bleeds in anticipation. The villagers begin to sing, not words, but tones so low and guttural they rattle your bones. Their faces blur in the firelight, masks of flesh and shadow. Your parents stand nearest, their smiles stretched unnaturally wide, eyes glassy, as if they no longer see you as their child, but as a vessel. The voice in your head grows louder. It is not your conscience. It is older. It whispers, "One cut, and you are free. One cut, and you are mine." The choice dissolves into inevitability. If you strike, you live, but your soul belongs to the thing slumbering beneath. If you refuse, they will tear you apart piece by piece, and the altar will still drink deep. You feel your knees weaken. The blade tips forward, and then the earth splits. A fissure cracks open beneath the altar, glowing with a light that is not fire, not natural, but seething with a life of its own. From the wound in the ground pours smoke, thick and choking, filled with whispers and wails. Hands, blackened, skeletal, clawed, stretch from the rift, grasping at the edges, eager to crawl free. The villagers scream not in terror, but in ecstasy. Their song becomes shrieking laughter as the first of the hands drags something enormous upward. The altar shudders, and your bound friend is pulled downward, vanishing into the rift with a single muffled scream that echoes even after silence falls. You stumble back, the blade clatters from your hand, but it doesn't matter. The ritual is complete. The earth has fed, and you are marked. The fissure seals, but the stain of it remains. The villagers collapse to their knees in worship. Your parents approach, their hands slick with blood not their own, pressing their palms against your face. "You are chosen," they whisper. "Now, you belong." From that night on, the valley is never the same. You are never the same. Sleep no longer comes without whispers filling your head. Shadows bend toward you. Reflections twitch when you stand still. And every year, when the moon burns red again, you feel the altar calling. It does not matter whether you wield the blade or not. Your soul is already bound. And one day, when you can no longer resist its hunger, you will take your place among them, hooded, chanting, guiding the next child toward the altar stone. The ritual is endless, the cage is eternal, and the blood never stops flowing. Subscribe to the vault and never walk alone again. Listen in the dark, watch with the lights off, and beware the night your parents tell you the truth. See you on the next video, if the altar does not claim you first.